This is Kirsten Stevens from the Kannico agency, and we wanted to talk a little bit today about grant research and how do you know whether you're ready for someone to come in and help you with grant research. That comes up a lot because there's so much these days that we can do on our own. We know we can get on Google, we know we can get on GuideStar, we can look up different agencies, we can look up foundations, we can do the reverse lookup where you kind of back into it. So you're looking at certain nonprofits maybe that are similar to you or in your geographic region, and you're trying to figure out where are they getting their funding from. That's often very relevant to the funding that you could potentially secure. So there are ways that you can do a lot of research on your own, but I think we all get to that point where we know, okay, there's only so much I can find out this way by Googling. There's only so much information I'm going to get. How are you really going to get the full landscape? You want to know every funder who could potentially be a fit for you. That's really, really important information. And having it mapped out the way we've described it previously in some of our other sessions, where you actually have a calendar, you have a timeline, it helps to frame what your year is going to look like. So as you're working on that annual development plan, which is really the overview of all of the work you're doing to raise your money for the year, you already know then these are the grants you're going to be going after at certain times. So how do you know when you've gotten to that point? Couple things. The first thing I would say is if you've done your Google research, if you've looked on GuideStar, if you find it confusing, if you're getting kind of conflicting information, or maybe you have board members that say, here are 25 foundations, research them. And you've tried to look them up. Some of them are not going to be listed on their own websites, or maybe even on, well, probably on GuideStar, but you have limited information. There are other ways to find out in-depth information about those organizations, and that would be using some of these more robust grant research techniques and databases. So I think when you know that you've reached a point that you're just not getting as much information as you want, or you've written a bunch of grants and you've exhausted all of those grant possibilities, both of those are times when you need to be thinking about actually engaging a team like ours to help you with grant research. But the other thing is, and this I see a lot with people that are running smaller nonprofits, they'll say, you know, I jumped in, I did half an hour, I went to maybe a library and used a database, or I went to in Florida, it would be the Junior League for us in Palm Beach County, used their database. I only had half an hour, I found a few, then I started to go down a rabbit hole and I got a little confused and I wasn't sure if maybe this was the right fit or not. So if you've tried to get into the grant research yourself, but you feel like you're just sort of floundering and don't really have a complete list, that's a clear sign that you need some extra help. So that's where we come in, and we can really provide the support. We will even integrate any results that you already have, or if your board has given you names of foundations, we'll incorporate that into the research to see if they're a good fit for you. And typically what we want to do is set you up so that you have enough information to carry you through for about 12 months of writing grants. There may be things that you have to do with some of those findings. You may have to make some phone calls or do some more additional research on websites. But really, I think if you can set yourself up to have enough foundations that are a good fit, that are going to carry you through about 12 months of LOIs and proposals, so letters of inquiry or letters of intent and proposals, you're in really good shape. And we're also, as part of our grant specials, our grant research special for the month of January, which we're going to be extending a little bit into February, we do have some downloads that are available for you, and that's really going to help you too, because we have the foundation planner where you can actually enter all of the information. It's a spreadsheet, and you can use that. I think it'll be an editable PDF. You can also reach out to us directly. We're happy to send you the actual Excel spreadsheet. And then you'll also have a calendar option to download as well. That saves you the work of trying to format a spreadsheet. You can just go ahead and use what we typically use in our research. And that should really help you move things along and then get to see everything in one place. So just be thinking about when you get to that point, you'll know that it's time to bring in someone to help you, and we'll work with you. We'll provide you with all of the grant research information that you need so that you can keep writing those wonderful grants and moving your mission along.